Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Bayan here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you Akim, you Aquat, which is your brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. Okay? And this is just going to be a fairly quick lesson, before heading on to the plantation. Just to get something off real quick. But the title of this lesson is going to be, we will not get another grace period, so go all out now, okay? And Apostle Paul, he gives the analogy in Corinthians of, us chasing after our crowns being similar unto a race, okay? And this is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 24. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain. Okay? And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain the corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown. Okay? So again, that analogy with the race, for all you brothers and sisters that probably, dealt with some type of sports, that in a race it's all about pacing yourself, but when it's coming towards the end of the race, you have to basically empty the tank, people like to say. And emptying the tank only means giving everything that you have, okay? And no matter which way you put it, emptying the tank, it hurts, all right? Some type of pain that you will have to go through just to reach that maximum potential level. It's like maximum potential level, okay? But, ultimately, that's what's kind of required of us. Not kind of, that's what's definitely required of us, this being the end times, okay? You don't want to finish the race thinking that, damn, I could have ran a little harder. I could have did a little bit more, all right? You want to give everything that you could right now, and that's what's ultimately going to please Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, all right? That maximum effort that you're putting in, okay? But it says, verse 25 again, and every man that striveth for the mastery is tempered in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown. All right, brothers always speak on it. All right, we got athletes, that could go all out, for incorruptible, like for corruptible, awards, crowns, championships. We got athletes like LeBron James and so on and so forth who put their body and, everything on the line and go all out, just for bullshit at the end of the day, entertainment and folly. All right, so, for us, going for something that's incorruptible, all right, that's something that can't be touched, all right, our crowns that you can only get one time, you only get one chance to get this crown, so how much more of the Lord putting us in the position that we're in to strive hard, all right, and giving everything that we have to obtain it, okay? But it says, verse 26, therefore, so I run not as uncertainly, so I fight, I not as the one that beateth the air, all right? But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway, okay? And let me grab that in NLT real quick. Breakdown plan. It's an oldie but goodie. Everybody should know this. But it's 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and 25. It says all athletes. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. All right. Yeah, everybody is training in their own type of way, all right? Athlete, or is it going for a job so you could, receive a promotion and so on and so forth, and we're in the same boat, all right? But the only difference is that we're going for the biggest prize, and we have the opportunity for the biggest, award that can ever be received, all right? But it says, so I run with a purpose. I run with purpose in every step. I am not just shadow boxing, all right? Every step has to be meaningful, all right? obviously, again, you know, we still in the flesh, you know, and we still gonna mess up. We still gonna, you know, somehow, some way. But, you know, just make your next step your best step. All right, and just keep on, you know, moving forward. You know, that's the goal and that's the point. All right, it says 27. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. All right, but I got one more. I'm about to head on to this plantation. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and 10. It says, wherefore, thee rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you should never fail. All right, you should never fail if you you know, give diligence in making your calling and election sure. All right, and in NLT it says, so dear brothers and sisters, work hard to prove that you really are among those that God has called and chosen. Do these things, and you will never fall away. All right, and again, that just means going hard, man. All right, going hard. You know, we give these lessons off. You know, it has to apply first to, you know, the person that's giving the lesson. All right, so, you know, these lessons pop up in my head, and, you know, that's my first thought. It's like, man, I gotta go hard. All right, but again, you know, this is just a uplifting epistle to, you know, 4-quarter, 2-minute drill. Give it everything that you got, man. Empty the tank. Okay, but I think the point's pretty much made. Definitely could go a lot longer, but again, gotta be in the plantation a little bit. But I pray that this lesson was edifying. Praying to get out of here. I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, you Akim, you Aquathers, you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. And Shalom.